know we've talked a little, Renee mentioned a few things about stigma, but thinking about where we are today, do you have thoughts on have things changed when it comes to HIV stigma?
Well, yes and no. I say yes, things have changed because the stigma has lessened a little bit in some arenas, but in other places it has not shifted at all. And I think part of the problem is people are not educated about it. And maybe there's an unwillingness to talk about HIV as well. And because our leadership has so many priorities as well, HIV might be priority number 25 in a list of priorities that our leadership have. And I think there's a colonial piece too here that kind of feeds into this. And that's the unwillingness to talk about sex and sexuality. That was kind of ingrained in our people through the residential school system, despite the fact that that was a place where there was a lot of sexual abuse happening. And they don't want us to talk about it. And so there's an unwillingness to talk about it. And I think we have to talk about it. I unpacked that word one time that I heard when I went back home to my community. People were whispering about me because I went home when I was diagnosed with AIDS and at the AIDS stage, and I had AIDS, and I went home, and people were whispering about me in the community, and they were saying, and that word really hurt. And it was maybe about 2 years ago, I was speaking to my sister who's very proficient in the Indigenous language. And I asked her, tell me what this means, if it actually is a stigmatic word, and where did it come from? And I thought maybe it came from the smallpox blankets or something, and she says, it's not a stigmatic word. And she broke down the word. She says, it's about the science. It's our Indigenous science. What it actually acknowledges is it's acknowledging that there's a body that's come in, another entity, or not entity, but another body that's entered your body. And it's about that science of that other body that's come into your body. That's all it is, she said. And because we think with Western minds all the time, we've adopted that Western thinking and translate that word to dirty disease or bad disease, but it isn't what it means. So we have to take a deep dive into our Indigenous languages to really understand some of the science when we talk about these things as well.
Chimigwaj for sharing that.